Right, so I've had a couple of wee requests to teach people how to do wreaths, as I know there's classes and stuff you can go to. Um, well, if you PM me, I mean, you can certainly come down and I'll show you. Um, but I'm going to just show you a really quick basic one now. So the first thing to always do with making wreaths, in my opinion, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, is to get your glue gun on. And in order to use your fingers with a glue gun and not get your fingers burnt to high heaven, you need these wee protectors. And the problem with mine is my hands are so small that I have to get a couple of sets so I can put them on my thumb and all. There's no way the thumb one would ever fit me. So I've got a couple of different sets. So prepare yourself by first thing you do when you come in to your place, wherever you're going to set up a wee table. Make sure you've got all your stuff. Start with your wreath, glue gun on first thing. That's the first thing, right? So we've got our just ordinary wreath. Sometimes I would double it or even triple them up or even double them that way as well, but we're going from a wee easy one to start now at the minute. So we will grab some of our Christmassy bits and pieces. Now, if they're wiry, which these are, I always put them into the center if I can, and then I use the glue gun. Now, my wee glue gun is coming to an end. I think it's used that often. Where are you? There you go. So I have to half the glue sticks and push it in from here, but I'm kind of used to it now, so I don't actually worry that much. So we've got this. Please, if you don't have any protection on your hands, do not go near hot glue from a glue gun because it will take your skin off. But these here wee protectors really help, plus it actually saves a lot of time. But I still automatically go for things like pliers to push down. My hands aren't that strong, and I have got just general pains in them from being old. Really bad. So I like to make mine quite full, so it's more fun. Boring out stupid wreaths sitting with half a thing on it. I can't stand those ones. No point in them. You want a wreath that you can come back to year after year and get a bit of pleasure out of. Goes each to their own. So I've wired those two right up and I've glued them. So start off with your main poinsettia. This is just a simple, easy wee wreath. So I'm not going to do anything that's particularly hard. Just stick that to your center. And when I'm doing ribbons, I tend to always do them on the right. I don't know if you prefer to do them on the left, do them on the left. But if not, do them on the right. And as you see, you really should be sitting and holding on to wherever you've glued for a minute or two. If you're doing furs, it's actually a good idea to take your glue gun with you, just in case you need to make any last minute repairs. So my glue gun's actually towards the end here, and I should have got my husband to get me some more glue. I might give him a ring. If he's out and about, he might be able to get me it. I forget how to use the phone, do you know? Actually, so I'll tell him what I want. I want to get wee sweets for the fair that I'm doing. I give kiddies free sweets because it gets them over to the table and it gets some mummies over to the table, and it's a good way of starting a conversation and then hopefully getting somebody to buy your gear. Sweets for the fair. What else did I need? I needed something else. Sweets. Packet of pickled onion crisps. Has to be Walkers, for that's for the jungle later. Have to eat something while I'm watching the jungle. And glue sticks. There, that's my version of giving somebody a ring. Text them. So, yeah, we're getting on okay here. So, the next thing to do is pick out your colour of whatever you're going to cover your with, and I'm just going to cover mine. This is actually, it's good to try and get recycled stuff. This is actually a Christmas tree that I decided to take apart and use. Why not? Sure, use all recycled stuff as much as you can. Oh, see what I mean? These all being slightly too big for me. But, so, I get just a wee bit at a time, and you could possibly do it, and if you're wanting to do just a side one, do this to one side and then your ribbon over here, or vice versa. So in here you try and get it so it comes right through, and you can sort of loop it as well, like that. And then you use your glue gun just as a wee extra precaution to give it, and then you do your wrapping. Now there is absolutely no need to be gluing the wrapping because it's wrapping, but for some reason about the third one down here, I always stick a wee bit of glue there, just for extra security. Also remember that, see your glue, it has, I've already said that, it's going to take your hand off, like, but always have enough glue sticks, because honestly, I mean, I know that there's people that make wreaths without glue guns, but they'll fall apart. They will, eventually. They really will. I'm looking at that and I don't like the fact that there's only two. Do you not think it would be better with three there, like that? I think so. So I'm going to stick another one in. Level. So, and also, if you can make sure, see any of your pointy bits, make sure that they aren't going to come out and stab somebody as much as possible. So, if, say for instance there's a pointy bit there, you try and cover it up with, say, a petal or a bauble, or even if you're stuck, just do a wee glue bit there, just to take off any sort of stabbiness. So your next thing is to keep, well, obviously you have to keep wrapping, but people need to remember that wreaths aren't toys, so don't be giving them to the dog, and don't be giving them to children to play with, because there's things on wreaths that can, you know, they can choke on, and dogs certainly won't be able to digest. And if you're getting a real wreath, poinsettias are not good for cats. I'm not sure about dogs, but they're definitely not good for cats. Just actually remember that during Christmas time. A lot of foods dogs are allergic to. or don't, they can't digest, so they'll be sick. Like dark chocolate, for instance. Although one year one of my dogs had a whole fruit cake that my mum baked. It's fine. But that was before the days we knew it shouldn't be fine, so we didn't even panic. So, you see, and that's just already in this sort of short space of time, it's only 10 minutes, you're getting the bare bones of the wreath. So I'm going to be doing it the whole way around because I just prefer those full looking wreaths. I mean, I don't really like wreaths that are just, they're kind of naked, if you know what I mean. So this is what happens with me all the time. I have my stuff all set out, nicely prepared, and I'll put stuff down, don't remember where I put it. That happens in general in my life. My memory is so bad. So now what I'm doing is, because I took this as part of the tree, I'm now sort of trying to get the right amount, or even just a smaller amount off, because it was one of those pop-up trees and we'd had it for years, and it was actually one we used for one of the rooms in the house. It was that the back room? I think it was in the back room in the house, and then we had the bigger one in the front room. So, but now we don't really put one anymore in the back room because there's no need. There's no need. We've got one out in our wee orangery instead, and it looks lovely at night time. Oh, orangery! I sound like a friggin'. It's just a wee, it's just a wee hut. I keep my plants in. Yeah. So I'm going to still wrap. I know I keep putting glue on it so often. I can't help myself. It's just like it's a habit, and I think I'm not going to try and stop it because I think it's just the extra security, and means that you feel as if you're giving out a good, substantial, safe wreath. Do you know what I mean? So I think will be enough in this next one, hopefully, for to be the last bit to be stuck on. Right. I'm doing a fair on the 23rd in a church, so I was thinking I might add a religious sort of wee picture to this wreath, because I try my best to do to kind of make each and every wreath different. So I've got a couple of sort of wee pictures. I must look for them. They should be about here on the left of me. But I might, I don't know, I'm not ready to decide yet whether I want to do this or not, so I don't know why I'm even looking at it. But I'll just put it, so I got this. I think it's really pretty. So if I put like something there to there and have that in the centre or over, no, I actually think it looks nice there, or there, really. I don't know. I think I might just put that there. Yeah, I do like that. That's very pretty, that. So I'm going to make two like that because I've got two of them, and plus the next fair is in a church. So I'm lucky to have everybody that comes and helps me at those, because I get really tired really easily. For those of you that don't know, I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which means I've got too much collagen in my body, which you think would be a good thing, but it's not when it's all the stuff inside you is also got full of collagen as well. So this is the reason why I do my best to keep busy and to make each day count, because bit of a struggle sometimes. But you can't give up. Can't give in. Turned it into a counselling session now. Don't know why I do that. Anyway, I'm sort of still trying to teach you here, and what I'm doing is actually coming off camera instead of showing you what I'm doing. I'm just taking bits of the Christmas tree off with flowers. Now, remember, as I said, stick it through as far as you can, and then I do bond it. My actual finger was going numb with that one because it's for a small finger and it's the biggest finger. So, now remember, I am doing this one just for quickness. I would usually wrap maybe 2, maybe 3 times because I like the thickness, but because you don't need to see that and to know how to do it, you simply just do the same thing over and over again. You see, if you think that something's going to melt, like say the tinsel here, it will melt with the glue, but if you think it's going to melt, just put it on anyway, because the glue will find somewhere to sit. Now, usually I would put a wee, where should I put there? No, I think definitely there. So I was going to hang this in the center type of thing, but I'm not going to do that now because I think it looks nice there, and I'm going to put my ribbons just below it. So you sort of try and remember where your wreath is. You glue it. Glue, glue, glue. You see, these are the size of the glue sticks. And I have to push. So it's better if I cut the glue sticks, which is, and you always have to get the glue on in time to your tray or whatever, or your wreath or whatever it is you're making, because it's a case of once it dries, you don't have to use a whole section again. So I'm going to leave that for now. Actually might make a centerpiece for that, but for now I'm going to do gold, and I'm going to do yellow. You see, with the bubbles, when you get bubbles, take those off and just dump them, or if you can find somewhere to use them, or use them, but I really just dump them because there's no use for them. You need that wee lip there to get things to stick. And the best thing you'll find is actually it's starting to take shape. Now, I've got gold, and that's kind of a yellow, so I was thinking of unconventionally using some yellow. Well, I've got goldy yellow, so it's as goldy as you're going to get. So it's not too far off it. Now, so normally, this is one thing you do have to be very careful of. I always cut these at an angle. The thing about it is, these always fray, and I always notice these in the likes of anybody else's wreaths. Of course, you're going to look for the imperfections. It's just human nature. So I always look and see what they've done. A lot of people actually just leave them, which maybe is the thing, most of the time I will be very, 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 very careful, and I will hold the lighter very, very carefully along until I see they sort of creep up, and then it seals. And I may or may not put a bit of glue there as well. So this is going to be the first bow. I'm actually going to take these off to do them because I don't want I need to feel, you know what I mean? So, some extra bit of glue, never does too much harm. And I start up here, so then you get the pull, right? And you pull it really tight as it goes, and then you slowly unpull it, so that's a word somewhere. And then you tidy it up. Oh dear, something in my eye. And you double. That's the base. It's your base tie. Okay. So, and again. So that would be your first wee section. Now, because I've got red and proper gold, I'm going to see if there's any of the red and proper gold as well. So I don't have a lighter out here, so I'm just going to cut these at an angle, and I will finish them off with the lighter later. Although I think I should maybe show you how to do that, because it's tricky, like. It's tricky. No. What have I got? I have a drawers full of all sorts of stuff here. The next lot of wreaths I'm going to make are for Valentine's Day. So stay tuned, as they say. No, I don't like that bit. Now, I appear to have just thin wire here, or thin ribbon. So we'll have to go anyway. I've just no patience with cellophane or anything like that. Bloody, what do you call it? Tape. So, this is the last of this thread. When it's a whole scroll, you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but I tend to double it up because it already makes it nice and full. And you put it round again. And then do a wee ordinary everyday tie, bow tie, nice and tight. Add your glue. Stay up here. I really should have put my protectors back on for this. And never worry if bits and pieces come out. That's the whole joy of it. You can get to sit and faff about with them. Move things, half things. Where's the bottom bit of that one? Got to. So then, if you see, I have a tendency for some reason to have one length always longer than the other, so I just double it up on the other side until it sort of becomes closer to the same size. So try and mix things up a little bit. And the worst thing I find in wreaths uh, is just everything to be so uniformed. It looks nicer if it's uniformed, but as in the same colours, but it's, you can see that there's a bit of love and life going into the wreath, you know. So, and I like to have these bits hanging down. So if I've tied it as if like I have not got any bits hanging, I'll make sure I find a way of getting the bits to hang. So I will cut, I will pull, I will, you know, just until you get the wee bits to hang around. You faff about and fiddle about with them. It's just what you do. Now, I was thinking of putting this special wee one here. What do you think? Right there, maybe. We'll give it a go. So, plenty of glue for this. Need to put protectors on. Oh, I keep forgetting. So, I'm not anywhere near the glue at the moment anyway. So, if you'll hear me if I am. So, I put that back on. Sometimes I just put them on the 2 index fingers because it's the only ones that really properly fit me. Yeah, it just comes off, for fright's sake. So, now, to change things up a little bit, I've got some of these. These are so cute. They make a big difference. So I'm going to use them a couple. There's loads of different places you can get your equipment from. But because I really don't go out that often to anywhere, I'm a real home bird. I get mine delivered and it's usually from China. So I do make sure that all my wreaths have a safety advice on it, like, you know, each and every one of them. Every time you get anything from me, you'll have a safety information leaflet too. Unless you know me very, very well and I'm your friend, sure, I don't care what happens to you. Joke. So I wanted that so it sort of falls across. So hopefully that will do there, and then we'll put a little bit of a poinsettia down this side to give it a wee push. And then we'll go for a proper gold colour here. Remember now, try not to do too uniform. Uniform's okay, but it's just as long as it's not like 4 poinsettias and one wee stupid ribbon from one of those, you know, that with the ribbon that's not fabric. I always like to use fabric ribbon. I hate the ribbons that are like, although the good thing about those wee ribbons is they you can curl them. So that is a thing that I do like to do, is to curl the fonts or the ribbons if they're not the fabric. But I generally do use fabric because I just think it's richer looking. So, and in here we'll sneaky this boy one. So we're nearly finished. I just need to find, I would really love to find a gold ribbon And then I'm going to add a couple of my wee leaves to finish it off. I can find everything bubbling and gold. No, it wouldn't. I was thinking orange, but no, it wouldn't. What I do if I'm stuck and I can't get exactly what I want, it has been known that I will spray things to make them the colour I want them, but I think actually that looks okay without another colour in there. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't use your teeth to open stuff. Hell for it. Do it all the time. So these are wee fantastic wee leaves that just make it, you know, they just finish it off really. So try and sneak them in where possible without, and try, see if you've got something, you know, like this, try and get the glue under it. You don't really want to be able to see big globules of glue if you can possibly avoid it. So that's the type of thing you need these protectors for, because that would be taking my skin off otherwise, and has done. So you live and you learn, that's for sure. As I said, go under, don't go over. Good press down. And I'm going to do 2 more there. In under which you can. And can I get that in anywhere? If I can't, I'll wrap it round. I'll wrap it round. Wrap it round, but try and keep it right into the base of the bubble. There is a space there. Is there? No, really. So stick it in. I want this one here. So you get, if you've got the wee stem, put the stem in underneath. Again. There. Now see if you get 2 wee leaves. Just stick one like kinda on the corner of this one, like that, and then twist. And then when you go to put it in position, you don't have to do it twice because you've already got them stuck together. So you've got, this gun's actually working better now than it was, so that's good. So yeah. Do you know what I might do actually? I might make a table setting to go with this. Or maybe just like a hang up decoration. Yeah, I think I'll make a hang up decoration to go with this. The well, I was going to say with a candle. You can make it with a candle, but obviously not a real one. Try not to use real ones. I always try not to use real ones. Nowadays they've got candles that look so good and they're not real. So they're much better for your lungs and they're much better for the environment as well. Well, you can get soya candles, which are good. But again, health and safety always comes first. absolutely true. So we're nearly there. There are two wee leaves together. One on the other. If you sort of try and remember to put them on the, you know, as if, say that would be the back of the leaf, because that's where the, well, it's where it's meant to be, is the, you know, the vein of the leaf. It's so stuck to it. So you can turn them around so they both look as if that's the front. When you have two things close to each other, it can be sometimes an idea to have it sticking out, that, you know, so the leaves can kind of belong to both. That's perfectly fine. I'm actually going to do this way because that is a wee difficult one. Okay. No, that isn't finished by any means, but you'll get the general gist of how things are done. And once I've finished it, this one will be on sale for £20. So I'll actually send a photograph up of it once it is actually properly finished. But I don't want to bore you anymore, so see you on the other side.